Rebrand! Ding! Hello, you rotten, dirty consumers. I'm Ashly Burch.
And I'm Mort Burke.
And welcome to Rebrand, a comedy podcast where we inject new life into tired old brands, whether they be snack food, celebrities, or religious institutions.
Are you brain-dead consumers ready to consume and purchase to fill that hole within you?
Buy more stuff.
Buy more stuff.
You'll never have enough.
You'll never have enough stuff.
Sorry, guys, that was rude of us. We live in a capitalistic society. What can we do but consume, consume, consume? It's what we've been taught to do.
I think it's pretty clear that advertising has a deep hatred for the consumer.
Guys, I'm grumpy. I'm coming in with a grumpy energy, which is probably why I called you rotten, dirty consumers. I, too, am a rotten, dirty consumer. I think this might be actually the correct headspace for me to be in for our rebrand today.
Oh, that's a beautiful point, actually.
Which comes courtesy of our pal, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
He would like us to rebrand traffic.
Now, if there's anything that could use a rebrand.
Good God.
Especially, we live in
Los Angeles.
Beautiful, honey. Yeah,
Thank
La
you.
La Land, the dream circus.
Which is maybe the worst place, not in the world.
No.
Thailand has pretty bad traffic.
Yep. Although they seem
New
to have
York,
more
Atlanta.
fun with it. Does Thailand have more fun with traffic? It feels like they're kind of embracing the adventure with the tuk-tuks and what have you.
Tuk-tuks are not as common as one would think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we live in Los Angeles where the traffic is terrible and the public transportation is terrible. So one must take a car unless you want your commute to be like 3 times the amount of time that it would take you if you were in a vehicle.
Yeah, you got to give yourself an extra 45 minutes out here. It's to quote Gwen Stefani, bananas. I almost said Ben Stefani. I wish she had a twin brother named Ben Stefani.
What would Ben Stefani look like?
Exactly like her, but shredded muscular.
Wow.
Which she's already in pretty great shape.
But this would be like a prototypically masculine muscular. Is that what you're imagining?
Yeah, he'd be the yin to Gwen's yang. Do you like how I started pronouncing yang now?
Yes. That's actually probably the proper pronunciation.
Yang.
Well.
Yin and yang.
Oh, very nice.
Thanks.
So, yang is is water energy, right? Well, yin, I think yin is like fiery. I'm maybe getting these reversed.
Okay.
I was trying to relate it to traffic, which is that I feel like in traffic, we are in maybe yang, which is slow moving, but in the car, we are yin energy, which is like fire, anger, emotion.
Yeah.
Right?
Totally.
So we're in a constricted state because we got cars to the back of us, cars to the front of us, cars to the side of us, cars everywhere you look, cars, so many cars. I fell asleep during my rap.
No one does that, by the way.
What?
That'd be a cool diss track. You're like,
fall asleep
you're diffing somebody, but you start snoring because you're so bored by your opponent.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then just 7 minutes of you sleeping, genuinely
yeah,
sleeping.
loudly snoring, but like
Loudly
authentic
snoring?
sounding snoring where you're like, it's pretty quiet and occasionally interrupted like by little moans.
Me.
So what you are saying, honey, is that there is a dissonance between the internal energy inside the car and the external energy outside the car. We are fighting the traffic internally when externally there's nothing we can do.
No.
So it sounds like you're pitching acceptance.
I am.
People might be listening to this while in traffic, so the last thing they want to hear about is how terrible traffic is. What they want to hear about is a beautiful Shangri-La that we can create to allow them to relax.
Honey, I have an idea.
Okay, please, let's brand.
I would like to rebrand traffic as a slow-moving spa opportunity. Imagine, if you will.
I will.
Where your brake and your gas pedals are, they still function as such.
They still accelerate, decelerate. We're not changing
of course.
that.
We're not changing that.
Insane.
The general functionality of the car is still intact. However, they also now double as a foot bath / scrub.
Okay, you saying, all right, yeah. You're saying now we're fucking branding. So you're saying there's a tub of warm, cooling, perhaps even fruit-infused water?
Well, you're going to have your scrubs in there. You're going to have some exfoliants. You're going to have some bubbles.
Okay, great.
You're going to have some spa music playing.
Okay, beloved consumer, you're asking yourself, isn't this going to negatively impact the mechanics and engineering of the car? No, you fucking asshole. Because we're going to simply surround them with waterproof rubbering. The actual mechanics of the car will be waterproof.
Yes, and that is something that we know for a certainty will work, and you don't need to look it up.
And I'm sorry I called you a fucking ass.
We're both grumpy.
Yeah, it was a huge misstep on my part.
The brake and the gas could become like a little foot bath situation. Turn the seat into a massage seat.
Yes, of course.
So you can change pressure, tempo, heating. I mean, we're already halfway there because you got, like, my car has a butt warmer. So the technology's already there to make my butt warm.
Yeah.
There's got to be technology to massage that butt at the same time.
First of all, I step in there, I put that butt warmer on through. I got a piping hot butt immediately. It warms so quickly. It feels great. Here's the other thing I'm going to posit. What about just a gentle woman's voice, just sort of slightly emitted through a speaker in the headrest? Oh, you seem tight. Oh, wow, you've got knots just below the shoulder blade. That tends to be work stress.
I also wanted to say as well that for some reason, my car also has a butt cooling option.
I didn't even know that.
We rarely use it.
Yeah.
There's never really a moment where we're like, we want our butt to be cool. But saying it out loud, I don't think anyone, like when you said piping hot butt, I was like, I don't want that. But I actually have wanted that several times.
My extremities tend to be cold, including my little rear. So I like a hotter rear, personally. I like to get that tush.
I have another pitch for this slow rolling spa.
Okay, great. Cannot wait.
2 monks are in the back and they're doing a sound bath. They're using a sound bowl, but they're also chanting. Thai monks will often chant, so you get a couple Thai monks in there.
2 ordained Tibetan monks who have dedicated a lifetime to the study of oneness and love to be hired to be put in the back of your Kia.
And help you through traffic. What higher calling is there?
There may be none.
What I really want to do is find a way for us to get a Korean scrub in here somehow. If you go to a K-spa, if you go to a Korean spa, pardon me, burp, you go into a room that is adjacent to where all the baths are.
I just had a stupid idea where if somebody burps on the podcast, there's like a sound effect that goes, podcast burp!
So when you go to Korean spa, there's a room you can go into that is adjacent to all the baths where usually middle-aged Korean women in lingerie for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe because the body scrub is a dirty business.
And these are employees of the...
These are employees of the K-spa. You're naked. You're laying on a table. They scrub the motherfucking shit out of you. They take scrubs and solvents and exfoliants. They just scrub you raw until you're surrounded by your own gray, sloughed off, dead skin. Which is why I don't like it very much.
Like literally there's the residue of and remnants of your skin around.
They get in there, it kind of hurts. They're like...
Yeah, they're taking off a layer of the epidermis.
Oh, yeah. They're taking you back to your newborn skin.
That's why you look so good. You've got the skin of a 12-year-old.
Yeah, it takes all your dead skin off, so then you're glowing like a newborn, but you're surrounded by the husk of who you once were. I find seeing all of it, rather than satisfying, kind of gross.
However, how much are we talking, like half a pound? What are we talking about? It sounds like you're describing a deflated version of you is gray and sitting on the ground next to you.
Yes.
Yeah, what a living nightmare. It sounds like the beginning of Under the Skin, speaking of. Have you seen that movie?
No.
The bodies just deflate. They're in this sort of like moving kind of liquid abyss. Scarlett Johansson has lured them into. It's this beautiful, horrifying score, and then very quickly the body just sort of deflates and becomes this sinewy, Trent Reznor-y, Marilyn Manson-style skin.
That is like getting a scrub at Korean spa.
Nice. Okay, but you feel like maybe we should do that in the car?
People love it.
You don't particularly, though.
No, but I do think the image of someone stark naked and getting scrubbed
while
they're driving.
Oh, yeah. No, you strip down the moment you get into the... We give you a too small robe, and the vents are pumping out that refreshing eucalyptus.
Ooh, I like that
smell, right?
Yeah.
But what are these called that come down from the top of the shades that come down where the vanity mirror is? Is there a name for those fucking
things? What are they?
What are they called?
Sun visors?
Yeah, sun visors.
Okay.
The sun visor.
That doesn't sound right to me still.
I think there may not be a word for it.
There is, right?
Are you sure?
This
has really sent us into an existential crisis.
This feels like a Berenstain Bears time whirlpool black hole. Because I was absolutely positive that it was a word I used constantly. But sun visors does not feel right to me.
I told you, honey, people have been losing phrases and words since COVID. I told you my friend was like, Mort, you have a goofball energy. And I said, you mean raw sexual charisma.
You've told me that joke like 3 times and I still didn't know you were about to do it.
I'm very good at podcast acting.
Oh,
you get me in front of a camera, I stiffen right up. But
that's not true. You do a good job.
Thank you, honey. Sun visor flips down.
Oh, yes. I forgot where you got this.
And 2 cucumber slices
go right on your eyes?
Fire into your eyes.
But how are you going to drive the car?
Yeah, honey, these have to be self-driving cars.
I was expecting that you were still going to drive the car.
Unless, okay, here's another thing we do. There are cucumber slices, but there are eye holes cut out of them. So you can still see. But I really do want them to fire directly onto your eyes.
Sure. And then there will be like a little water dispenser that dispenses spa water.
And what if, let's just say for yucks, that Enya is in the trunk?
How is she breathing?
There's air holes and stuff.
I'm sorry, so Enya is in the trunk. I assume she's singing.
Yeah.
So we're getting a very muffled, distant...
And she's also like...
Wait, keep going. Do you know how the rest of the song goes?
I'm impressed that I know the sail away part.
I could do a... Check this shit out.
Do the whole thing, honey. You turned into a dance club banger. Where's the sail away part?
Sail away.
I think she'd be going like...
Or we can just pay her an exorbitant amount of money.
She's going to make a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay, so this automobile experience is going to cost upwards of $400,000.
Yes.
It's going to be a high-end luxury purchase.
Yes, and I wanted to say, actually, that I have a different tact on this.
Okay, great.
Entirely.
Yep, love to hear it.
Mobile slow-moving therapy office.
Yeah.
Because there are certain things you can do in a car that you can't really do in your home. With like Primal Scream.
The perfect place for Primal Scream is in traffic.
Yes.
You're on the verge of doing it anyway. Your body wants you to have a cathartic screaming experience.
That's exactly right. To aid this, I think we can help soundproof your cars.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, who gives a shit if the nearby people hear you? They want to do it too, and you're never going to see these fuckers again.
That's what I'm saying. And it could just turn into a symphony of just people expressing their darkest rage in a
safe, healthy way.
In a way that's causing no damage. And I'm going to say you get a really talented therapist. I'm picturing the woman from Sopranos. I'm thinking hair done up in a bun with a pencil and a pad in her hand and a tasteful blazer, really making space for you in your car while you get to control the air conditioning.
Did you not know how to land that? You made a face at the end like you weren't sure where to go.
Because in my head I was like, wait, is that a thing where it's sometimes too cold in therapy offices? Did I just fucking totally invent that?
Well, my therapist always has blankets. So I feel like he makes it kind of cold, but then you put a blanket on, you feel great.
Shit needs to be more cozy. I mean,
it needs to be more cozy.
People pay a lot of money for your Mercedes-Benzes and your Rolls-Royces and such.
Yeah.
But the reality is there's no reason you can't cozy up your car with just a cheap, softy little blankie.
That's true. And you could have plants that love sunlight that you could just have in your car.
Wow.
Remember the VW Bugs back in the day had that tiny little flower vase?
They did.
But honey, what if you had a little window box coming off of your car door, right?
Yes.
And then you're freaking growing herbs as you drive.
And maybe a little ivy.
Oh, yeah.
To bring in sort of a tasteful interior
Going
decor.
up and around your roof.
Bringing fresh oxygen into the space.
Beautiful.
Utilizing the sunshine, turning it into food, becoming more in touch with nature.
That's right.
Also absorbing the carbon dioxide from the automobile in a way.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think, you don't necessarily have to have a therapist literally in the car with you.
You can.
Mort seems to want you to.
I feel like people ought to.
But I think you could also have, you could have a therapist on your phone, coming through the speakers, and they could help you, there's certain things that you can use as you're driving to help yourself feel present.
Yeah.
There is a technique to soothe one's anxiety and regulate their nervous system, where you look around in the environment and you just name the things that are a certain color,
Yep. And you know what cars are? Colors.
Look, sometimes we don't confront the things that are causing us pain.
Because they're painful.
We run from them. We numb them.
Mm-hmm.
What can't you do in a car, honey?
You can't run.
You can't run. So really, the car is an opportunity.
Yes.
For self-confrontation and growth. That is a place where it's just me, myself, and I, baby.
That's right. And that's why it can be so painful and why it's also such a catalyst, a powerful catalyst for growth.
That's right. Being stuck in traffic is maybe the 21st century version of Freud.
It may be our greatest tool.
If only we were to allow ourselves to have that primal scream or to say that thing in the car that we always wanted to say to our father.
Yes, you know? Scream it into the ether.
That's right.
Yep.
Because this is the thing about a car. It's not your house.
Nope. That's a really great point, honey. and frankly, inarguable.
Honey, I'm glad you said it was a great point because I don't know what I meant by that.
You just stated a fact. The sun is bright. A dog is not a horse. I watched a fair amount of videos of people like living out of their vans and stuff. There are ways to make that a lot of fun.
Honey, do you have a pitch for how that could also make traffic fun?
Well, hey, look, if we're getting self-driving cars, you can put a bed in the back of that thing. It'd be pretty sweet. Just go back there, take a hot little nap.
What if we don't have self-driving cars?
Okay, so here's the other thing about this. I got 2 more pitches. They're real simple. Cars on stilts.
Explain yourself?
Well, I realize as I say this, it's an idea that feels like it's more at home in the children's cartoon Inspector Gadget.
Uh-huh.
But the car has wheels that are on stilts.
Note for
raises
sure.
up, drives past the other cars.
So you're just trying to solve traffic. Why do you think that hasn't been done already?
Lack of
courage.
Imagination and spirit and courage, yeah. Second pitch, horns that say stuff like, "What's up?" How come we're not doing that? How come you don't have a fun sound emoji on this horn? Like you type it into your phone or something, instead of going, me, it goes, "Looking good, guy."
Honey, I think we've stumbled into a bit that is very similar to a bit that the McElroy brothers do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where they honk their horn and it goes, "Great job."
Oh, that is good. Well, bit acknowledged then. It is a pretty fun idea. Yeah, if the horn just went, "The fuck?"
Genuinely, though, have tried to think about, like, is there a way for me to practice patience and presence when I'm in traffic?
It's the greatest challenge.
Ironically, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts, which I probably shouldn't be saying because we're recording one right now.
I'm listening to 2 podcasts while we record this podcast.
Whoa, which ones?
I'm listening to Eckhart Tolle and another random selection from the OWN network.
Do you exclusively listen to OWN podcasts?
Yeah, I'm an Oprah Winfrey Network guy. I do listen to a ton of Eckhart Tolle and Jack Kornfield, Buddhist speaker, and a lot of different spiritual stuff, and I have almost no road rage. Now, I'm no saint. I text 25% of the time I'm driving.
And I do have road rage.
You do, yeah. I wonder what happened if you throw on Eckhart Tolle for an hour and so.
Or if I let myself do a primal scream.
Get in there.
What is that anger actually about, honey?
That's right. Where were you, mommy? Where were you, mommy?
Ding!
All right, honey. I'm excited to announce that we have a couple we actually have a single sponsor now.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and read the copy. This is Giovanni's. They do a few different products. Giovanni's Authentic East Coast Orthopedic Insoles. The insole that says, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Is he having a mental break?
No, I think he's an Italian man. I've got a second one. Giovanni's Authentic East Coast Audio Enhancing Devices. The only hearing aids that'll keep you from saying, "Are you talking to me?"
I see what's going on. They have sort of a classic catchphrase from Italian-American films. And it sounds like they started with that and then they built a product base around that.
Well, there's one more.
Okay.
Giovanni's Authentic East Coast Trauma Therapy Processing Center. Our certified trauma specialists are guaranteed to help you forget about it.
Ding!
And now, since branding is all about commercials, I'm thinking about the new commercial for traffic, and all I know about it is that it's to the humming, driving tunes of the band Traffic.
I thought you were going to say Enya.
When do I get out of the trunk? I think it should be scenes from the movie Traffic, scored by the band Traffic.
Honey, this is not accurately representing the brand that we're creating.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. The other thing about, like, if there's stuff that you don't want to do, if there's phone calls you don't want to make them while you're in traffic.
That makes the traffic worse, though, doesn't it?
I really feel like it's 2 shitty birds, 1 shitty stone.
How much do we think this rebrand is going to cost our consumers?
Yeah, it's a $400,000 automobile because it has to be entirely like reshaped and organized. And
how much is a sports car?
Honey, they're all over the map.
Are there sports cars that are $400,000?
Yeah.
So how can we make this affordable for the average person?
See, that's why I think we also offer a $20 blanket.
So wait. So it's a normal car, but you get a blanket with it?
No. No, you have your own car. So this when we're repurposing traffic, we have it's like a multi-level marketing scheme.
Don't call it that, honey.
Just between you and me.
Okay.
Yeah, but you get to enter in at whatever level you care to, right? You got as low as a $10 blanket, says me time on it. And then all the way up to a $500,000 autumn spa car.
Right. So you could get like an essential oil diffuser, a blanket that says me time, or self-care.
It says self-car.
My fucking ever-loving God, that's good, honey.
I mean, honey, there's a reason you married me.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have the multiple tiers. I'm curious what like $100,000 gets you. Like 80 to 100.
Yeah. I think you get a mid-level BetterHelp style therapist.
Okay.
Who you can be on call with up to 3 hours a week.
No Enya.
You get a CD. It's a CD.
Or you get an Enya impersonator.
Yeah, you get a pretty low quality Enya impersonator.
What does that mean? What is low quality?
They're older. They've only heard like a little bit of one of the songs.
So they don't know the lyrics?
Not really.
Do they sound like Enya?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. They're still in the trunk.
Yeah, they're in the trunk.
Do you get the monks?
No.
Okay, the monks are for the top tier.
You get like a mini gong.
That you could just hit every so often?
Yeah. It's just, imagine like the size of a very small dinner plate.
Do you get the foot scrubber? I feel like you need the foot spa. At that price point?
You get the foot spa, but the thing is that we still have to re-engineer.
But $100,000 is so much money, honey.
We're talking 100,000. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry. For that amount of money, we have a specialized auto center where you can come in and have the foot spa installed.
I'm guessing it will require several replacements.
You're gonna have to leave your car with us for 3 weeks. But we provide you, as a rental, one of those bugs you were talking about with a little flower pot on the dashboard.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about our little... I actually genuinely love that idea.
Of the plants in the car?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
good. Of the little window box.
I genuinely love car stilts. And horns that say, what's up?
I do like that, too. Look, you're probably right that no one's had the courage.
Or don't tase me, bro. That would bring a laugh, I think, to the all too serious world of traffic. Yeah, because people go, oh, remember don't tase me, bro? And they kind of chuckle quietly to themselves. And it would make their day a little easier.
Would they?
If you drove by a guy and his horn said, don't tase me, bro, I would...
Yeah, fair enough.
I would say that person is a professional comedian.
Fair enough. I didn't go all the way there. I didn't imagine it in the context of being in a car and hearing, don't tase me, bro. That's kind of funny, actually. Yeah. You have such an obsession with several decade-old memes.
Yeah, I love them. Much love out to Don't Tase Me, Bro.
But for the low price of $0, you can just listen to Eckhart Tolle and try to practice presence. But who wants to do that? Wouldn't you rather pay $400,000 and have a couple monks in your backseat?
Yeah, or you could also listen to a wonderful little podcast called Rebrand.
Yeah, where we call you dirty consumers.
Yeah, and then apologize.
And then apologize if we went too far.
Yeah, we're real good at backpedaling.
Us? Oh, we're born backpedalers.
I'm backpedaling before I'm pedaling forward. I wake up backpedaling. I'm backpedaling right into bed.
Honey, is there anything you want to leave our listeners with?
I want to tell you that get out there, commune with the trees, take time for yourself, and don't forget, one of the most important things you can do for yourself is engage in a little bit of self-care.
And with that, thank you so much for listening. If you like our podcast, please review it. Can you review it?
Yeah, give it 5 stars. Write a glowing review about how charming and captivating we are.
Subscribe? Can they subscribe?
Well, we got a Discord.
Join our Discord. Tell us how silly and goofy and funny we are.
Yeah, any of those are fine. Also, feel free, listeners, to go ahead and suggest things that you need rebranded. Email us at rebrandthepodcast@gmail.com and join our Discord, which is Rebrand the Pod.
We'll rebrand anything. We'll rebrand the sun.
I'm willing to rebrand your mom also. Like, send us a picture, maybe send us a brief description of why your mom's great, and also, let's be honest, what she could improve on. This has been another, I would say, wonderful episode of Rebrand.
Rebrand!